What made Tim Duncan smile and applaud? Just moments ago, Victor Wembanyama pushed the break, went behind his back, and finished with a spinning dunk. Inside the Frost Bank Center, fans divided into red, yellow, and blue sections erupted all at once, like waves crashing together in one multicolored sea. This was 7 years of San Antonio holding its breath, 7 years of chanting "Go Spurs, go" out of habit, without hearing it come alive in the playoffs. 7 years of watching eras change, watching Greg Popovich grow older, watching the standings fall, and still filling every seat in the building. After 7 long years, playoff basketball had finally returned to San Antonio. And what had they done to prepare for this moment? Before the playoffs began, Keldon Johnson wrote a handwritten letter. For the first time, he opened up about how he really felt when Popovich told him he would come off the bench. At first, he said all the right things, that he'd sacrifice anything for the team, but deep down, he was confused, even frustrated. He had once averaged 22 points per game in the NBA, won an Olympic gold medal with Team USA, and now he was being asked to be a sixth man. That season, he struggled. The noise got to him. His play suffered. Until the summer of 2024, when he started reflecting on his years in San Antonio. He remembered how the team drafted him without even bringing him in for a workout. He remembered how the veterans embraced him and protected him. He looked at the growing pile of draft picks and finally understood the plan. And in that plan, he had always been an important piece. In that moment, he felt both ashamed and awakened. He stopped thinking about me and started thinking about us. He embraced his role, and every night, he did whatever the team needed. That transformation, from "I don't understand" to "I'm all in," is what made him the emotional heartbeat of this Spurs team. Then there's Kelly Olynyk, a veteran who's played for 8 teams. He paid out of his own pocket to gift every teammate a custom black double-breasted suit with a British-style collar, to celebrate the Spurs' return to the playoffs. That day also happened to be his 35th birthday. Last summer, he was traded to San Antonio in a 3-team deal. At the time, even his agent was quietly exploring other destinations. Olynyk knew exactly where he stood. At this stage of his career, on an expiring 8-figure contract, he wasn't part of the future. He was just the third center behind Wembanyama and Kornet, a salary piece who could be moved at any moment. Over the season, he averaged just 3.2 points and 1.8 rebounds, career lows. His minutes were limited. But San Antonio gave him something more valuable than playing time. In February, Wembanyama said in an interview, "He helps guide me on offense. He sees details I don't always catch right away. He's someone I really trust." As the season went on, Olynyk realized something. This city didn't see him as an expiring contract. They saw him as a teacher, a veteran surrounded by young players in the locker room, someone they listened to and respected. So he decided to give them everything he had: his playoff experience, his basketball IQ, his understanding of the game, not just how to get better, but how to compete. And then there are the fans. Some of them have held season tickets for 20 years, passed down from father to son, from the old arena to the new one. Last year, Wembanyama reignited the city and sparked a quiet battle. The new generation of fans brought noise, energy, and relentless volume. The older generation, the ones who lived through every Spurs championship in the Big Three era, held their ground. At first, there was an invisible line between them. The older fans thought the younger ones were too loud, too unruly. The younger fans thought the older ones were too quiet, not passionate enough. But on the night the playoffs returned, they let it go. Different ages, different styles. They moved toward each other, and inside the Frost Bank Center, those red, yellow, and blue sections were no longer separate blocks. They became one roaring, colorful sea. Before the game, fans drove through the streets of San Antonio, honking their horns down Broadway, echoing through Houston Street, all the way to the arena, not just to make noise, but to tell the entire city what they had waited 7 years for was finally back. And if they win, from 6 to 9 the next morning, fans can show up, ticket or not, and get a free breakfast. Potatoes and eggs, beans and cheese, simple food. But in San Antonio, It has another name, the taste of victory. During a timeout, the camera finds Popovich. More gray hair than ever. And you can't help but wonder, what is he thinking right now? 7 years ago, he stood here and watched the dynasty fall. And today, he's watching the light come back on.